Many businesses and associations will start with a profile or a company overview video as their very first one. And if you haven't started with video yet, this is a great place to start. This type of video explains a couple of different things, including why you do what you do, not what. That comes later in the selection process, and we'll align some videos there in a second. But why you do what you do, what makes you different, and what will it feel like if I decide to work with you? Those are three really important questions to try to answer in a profile or company overview. And again, based on our experience with lots of different clients, when we're first drafting the script for this profile or overview video, the temptation is to kitchen sink it. We got to tell them everything we do, and where we do it, and who we do it for, and how long we do it. It's like, whoa, slow down, we've only just met. Keep it simple. Use it as a qualifier for a potential or a disqualifier, so that if somebody's watching just one piece of video that you produce, and again, this is often where people start, they know if this is a good fit or not. And from my perspective as a marketer, having someone opt out of your sales funnel because they recognize they're not a good fit, because they disqualify themselves from your process, is just as important as having them qualify in. I'm seeing some heads nod. Preach it, girlfriend. Come on. Yes? Okay. Love that. So let them do it. And a profile or overview video is a really good way to do that. Process and product demos come next, and this is a visual show and tell nature, and video is great for that. You can show them, you can tell them. So a process demo might be for a service provider, product demo might be for a retailer or a manufacturer. And this is where you highlight an element of how you do what you do that makes them different. So your profile was an example of why you do it. Demos are an example of how you do it. Not so that they can duplicate it, but rather understand it. And again, opt in and continue building a relationship with you, or opt out and not waste your time, or theirs. And that's fine, right? Both answers are acceptable. This is also a good place to compare features with competitors, compare features between styles or service levels, and showcase some upgrades or options that make the user's life easier. Service providers, professional service providers, can use demos just as effectively as people who make widgets. We use it all the time. How is what you do different and correct for what I need? Educational content. This is a relatively new player, at least as far as online video goes. Now, businesses have been using educational content for decades, like workshops and seminars like we're enjoying today. And then sometime along the food chain, a little light bulb went off and they went, oh, you know what? We should maybe record this and put it in small bits, that's the key to success there, in small bite-sized bits online. And so educational content has really been exploding lately. It's still not always done well, but I appreciate that people are at least trying, because it really helps build a relationship. Raise your hand if you're familiar with the term subject matter expert. I heard some snickers there. Yeah, sneeze, right? Subject matter experts. Who's a subject matter expert? Anybody who knows a little bit more about some specific thing than you do. So you have lots of subject matter experts in your own organization. If you realize, if you don't, you do. You don't have to know everything about everything. You just have to know a little bit more than the average consumer about something that is interesting to them. And you could be an expert on that one little thing, okay? Subject matter experts are the people that you look up to, and when you put them in front of a camera and you let them help you create your content marketing, your educational content, some really interesting things can happen. Now, where do those ideas come from? I always encourage people to explore your frequently asked questions page for content ideas. In fact, at Digital Bard, I try to make a habit never to answer a client's question in email without pausing to ask myself if other people have this same problem. Is this a question I've answered more than once? Then it means that other people do have this problem. I just maybe haven't had that conversation with them. And that's the seed of a blog post. So I copy that email over to the post page, customize it enough to make the client I was actually talking to anonymous, and flesh it out. This is where great ideas come from. If they have that question, other people who fit that buyer profile probably have that question too. That's a great way to make some educational content. And if you provide consultations just verbally, or just somebody who doesn't like to write, you find it easier to discuss things than to commit it to your keyboard or whatever method of documenting that is, then hit record on your favorite device, you know, this magical thing that does so many things that's hanging around in our pocket, just hit record and get it transcribed. People faint when I say transcribe, not by you, probably not even by your intern. We use a service that costs $70 per hour of recorded footage we send to them for transcription. Pretty darn near free when you think of the time saving, because that becomes the basis for articles, white papers, blog posts, guides, all that educational content that you'd be like, I know we have to do it, but who has the time? Okay, so this is a great head start for that. Completely accessible. You can do this. You can do this. Tribe building. There are a couple of other subsets that we could talk about, but for the purposes of today's discussion, I'm going to just share one more, which is tribe building. And this term includes fun and shareable videos, along with fully produced branding videos. Now, when you say a branding video or you talk about company branding, sometimes people's eyes glaze over, and everybody seems to have a different definition of what that is, which is why I prefer the term tribe building. Everybody understands what a tribe is, what a community is, what a fan is, even if they've never purchased from you or done any business transactions with you. Are they a fan? Are they an advocate? If they were put in the position to say, hey, who do you know who could do that? Would they have any chance of recommending you? Then they're part of your tribe. And there are ways to build that tribe. Little and small. Remember the video that David Beckham did where he shoots this incredible soccer shot on the beach into a trash can like 30 yards away? And then he went and he took a sip of a beverage when he was done. Who remembers what that was? It was not. And Pepsi would be completely disgusted. Hey, you know what? That's okay.
Just looking at David Beckham.
That's an honest answer. Well, you remembered it was a soda brand. It happened to be Pepsi. But that was a way that you engaged a few eyeballs on the prettiness that is David Beckham, and in some small way helped to build the tribe. So that's one example. More recently, there's a viral video that you may have seen where a whole community learns sign language so that one of their members feels more included. Who has seen that one? Really moving. It's for Samsung. Samsung did that as part of their accessibility initiative. And they told this beautiful story. And so, you know, Google Samsung deaf community or something like that, and you'll find it. Tribe building. It's bringing somebody in through a connection. Now, funny goes a long way. Funny is always great, but really making it personal is the most important thing. And if you're on the fence, you're not sure where to get started on this, think about timing it with a holiday or a key event. We did a video at Digital Bard a few years ago for Take Your Dog to Work Day, because our guy Eli comes in every day. So he has a few behaviors that he'll do on command. We made him look like he's coming in and checking his email and drinking some coffee out of a mug. And he sat up in a chair for a little conference. You know, it's Take Your Dog to Work Day. That's it. Shared that. Just people just got to giggle. Talk not a lick about, no pun intended. That was funny though. Not a lick about our products or services or how we do what we do. It was just tied to Take Your Dog to Work Day, like something simple. It doesn't have to be this epic thing. Just have fun with it. It's a way to connect with people when they're thinking about something, when they're maybe celebrating their own dog at work, whatever it might be. And don't be afraid to go all in. That's the most important thing. When you are tribe building, you have to be willing to share with your prospects a side of you they wouldn't see or don't see through your other quote-unquote mainstream advertising efforts. That's what makes it personal, and that's what makes them come. All right, you ready for some magic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scary.
Don't make me come out there. Here we go.